Over the last few weeks, we've been building skills for improvisation. Initially, we just got the students to move. Last week, I introduced a couple of exercises that starts to bring in some musicality. This week, I have two more. Hi, I'm Kashmir, and today we're going to continue exploring musicality and improvisation. After all, a belly dancer is the music made visible. So here's two more exercises you can try with your students. 3. Let's play with those repeats. So loop a repeat. Take it for a little bit beforehand and maybe a little bit afterwards, so they've actually got the whole of it and they've got a little bit of meat to get into it first, and get them to dance to it. Now most of these repeats are about 30 seconds long, maybe 20 seconds long. They're short repeats, so we're just going round and round and round and round and round. You may want to help them a bit by saying, okay, we're going to play this repeat. You are going to do it with hip figure eights and rocks. Or you might ask them, I'm going to play this repeat, let them hear it. You pick, what two moves do you think you can express this piece with? Or you can do the randomised thing with, the spinners or the dice or whatever. It just keeps it from becoming just too complicated. So they have to express the music with their moves. Play it, play it, play it, play it, 5-6 times, something like that. They got the hang of it. Okay, now play them the variation, the first variation. Now you're going to use the same move as before, so it's not the one where we actually change each time we hear the repeat. Same moves. How are we going to express this variation to give it a slightly different flavour, but to use those moves? No, you can't change the move. So what can you do? Well, you could play with space. You could make it bigger, or smaller, or faster, or slower. Usually that doesn't work quite so well with this repeating thing, but that is something to consider. You may want to do something like change the arms. So the hips are doing exactly the same thing, but the arm does something different. You might want to change your direction. So maybe you do a turn on this. Maybe you are going to add a layer. So when the repeat comes in, it's a different instrument, it's got more of a so we're going to actually add a shimmy to it. You can also change your weight. So you were doing it centered, now suddenly you're actually doing it to one side. It makes a subtle difference. Maybe you're doing it for one side and one half of your loop has got really big. Maybe you changed your focus. So the first time you did it, you were very shy and inward looking. And now you actually are much more bolder. The third one, you might actually be turning around and looking behind you. You can also change body parts. So I said, keep the move the same, but the theme might be circles. So the first repeat's on the hips, the second repeat's on the ribs, third repeat's on the head. So don't do that though, please. No hand circles in belly dance. The final one is to look at accents. So you'll find an accent somewhere in your piece of music, not just a dum, but something like a dum dum dum, something like that. And play it. Obviously loop again, give them an intro and an outro, so you've actually got a reasonable length of piece, and they need to dance the accent. Simple. Okay, second repetition, I want something done differently. Huh? Yeah. I want the accent, same accent, different thing. So again, change your body part, change the direction. Like you could go up and then you could go down, or you could change the weight. You go forward, you can go back. You can change the direction that you're actually facing. So you did one face in the front, you did one face in the back. You can actually use a completely different move. So you were doing hip drops, whatever, and now suddenly you've turned it into a shrug. So get them to realise there was more than one way of actually doing an accent. There was not one true way. Whenever you hear this, you don't always do this with the accent. There are variations. Get them to think. So this is what this is getting them to actually think. So they're using their automatic vocabulary that they've got, but they're actually pulling them out. Then, with all of these, play the whole track and let them dance to it. So they actually get to integrate it a little bit more. Depending on the classes, depending how strict you are, you might say, and remember on the accents, every time the accent comes in, you've got to give you one of your variations. You might not, but you might just let them go for it at the end and let that right brain thing take over. So this is getting you started on that journey. I'm sure there'll be more videos on improvising and teaching improvisation, because it's an enormous topic and one that I don't often hear people talking about, because people think it's too hard. It's not hard. It's fun. Go for it.